Alright, welcome back. It will be time to take a look at the next tank within the M4A4 platoon. Now, the AMX 13 is a light tank, and I have to say, the camouflage looks awesome on this thing. It is probably one of the cutest vehicles in the game, and I would say probably one of the faster ones as well. Now, the AMX 13 FL11 is using a 75mm main cannon. It goes 60 km per hour, in reverse 70 km per hour, specific power is 21 horsepower per ton. It has 13 tons, 3 crew members, 104mm penetration, reload 6 seconds, turret rotation speed is 26 degrees per second. Now, this is a light tank, and the armor isn't that thick, although it is a very mobile tank, and you should rely on the speed to flank targets. Now, from the front, the engine is actually on the front, and most of the shells that impact the frontal plate mostly destroy only the engine, so even if you get hit, you do have a high survivability chance. But if the shell goes a little bit to the left, then it might go in and basically explode in the interior of the tank, in the crew compartment, and that will definitely kill the crew and kill the tank. But this tank is also stabilized, which means that once you can shoot while moving, the gun is not going to be all over the place. So that's one feature for this vehicle. Now, let me show you the ammunition that this tank has. Now, the rank 1 platoon doesn't really have a lot of ammo options. Most have APBC, some have APCR, all of them have high explosive, and honestly they don't need much. That's very solid ammo types that you get by default. So once the game loads, I'll show you the ammo types that the AMX 13 FL11 has. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite light tanks in the game right now. It's such a playable fun vehicle. So let's go to the ammo. So you have the M61 and M48 shell. The M61 shell is APC, BC armor piercing cap, ballistic cap shell, universal anti-tank projectile, armor penetration at 0 degrees from 100 meters is 100 millimeters. Armor penetration at 0 degrees from 500 meters is 90 millimeter. Smallest angle of attack with 100% ricochet 71 degree. TNT equivalent 63 grams. Fuse sensitivity 14 millimeters. And you have the high explosive shell, high explosive fragmentation shell, effective against light armor targets, huge explosion power, penetrates 10 millimeters at 100 and at 500 meters. Smallest angle with 100% ricochet is 83 degrees. TNT equivalent is the number of the beast, 666 grams. Fuse sensitivity is 0.1 millimeter. So that's basically the ammo type that you get from the AMX 13 FL11, and honestly, so far it's been performing really well. So with that being said, let me show you some gameplay. Now, one of the main objectives for a light tank is to capture the positions, capture the base, or even to occupy tactical positions on the map from which they can flank the enemy team. Now, on this map I like to go towards our base. There are some rocks where you can actually have good cover, but at the same time you also have a good view on the whole field there. So that's where I will go. Now, the APC BC shells don't penetrate a lot, about 100 millimeters at 100 and 90 millimeters at over 500 meters. So you have to really aim at the weak spots and basically try to hit the flattest possible surface where you can penetrate the target. Now, I've been trolled twice by this M24, but not gonna happen a third time. That shell went right in, and now usually it does kill within the first shot, but sometimes it takes even 3 hits to kill a target. It does have no issue at destroying the tanks of its own platoon. It does penetrate them very easily. The M4A4 is very easy to destroy. You just have to aim at those flat surface points on the front of the tank, or shoot below the tracks where there is absolutely no armor. Oh, I am being chased. Okay. I started to fly aircraft quite often, since I know that they will release aircraft very soon, and well, I say very soon, but aircraft will be added in the game, and I started to practice on time, and I started to really enjoy flying the aircraft. Although I just drop bombs and basically eat at the enemy team there. I did manage to kill one player, so that's good. One kill with the bombs, pretty good. Now you can easily penetrate a AMX from this distance. As you can see, that was a nice hit. Now it should have been dead within the first hit, but you know, it just doesn't want to do it with the first shell, but it does it with the second. Now the APC BC shell on this whole platoon is actually really awesome. Does actually do some damage when it penetrates, which can't really be said about all the APC BC shells. On a lot of high tier vehicles, the APC BC shells don't really do much damage. They just penetrate and that's it, that happens. But on this tank, they are really well done. They do some nice damage. Now I'm trying. What did that T-34 start levitating or something? I know they are quite far away, but still should have. There we go. That was a nice shot. As you can see, at long distances, you can easily slap tanks. Although you really have to aim, and the target must be stationary, since the shell, as you could see, is actually quite slow. Since this isn't a really long barrel, this 75mm cannon is good, but it doesn't have the shell velocity since it's short. So you really have to aim up quite a bit in order to hit the target. Now you have no armor, and you have to be very careful with what you are doing. Try to use all the cover necessary in order to protect the vulnerable parts from enemy fire. Okay, back in the aircraft, trying to shoot down the enemy bomber. Now the aircrafts are actually quite interesting to fly. I love them. It will be very fun to fly. Although it does have, probably will have to change some controls, but maybe not. I don't know. I think that bomber will crash in the mountain. Yeah, it did. Okay, the bomber crashed in the mountain. Perfect. Nice. Okay, let me just unload some shells in some other targets. Let me ram. There we go. Okay, back to the tank. Let's see. I think it will be a good time to start going forward. Really surprised at how well this platoon turned out to be. Keep in mind, this platoon is a gift for being a... What just happened? My tank tried to start flying, Anyway, keep in mind this platoon is basically a gift platoon. So at first I didn't really expect much, but they turned out to be really fun to drive vehicles. Really fun to drive, and the AMX 13 might be... No, I'm not quite sure which vehicle is the best. I know the Aerial is quite a tanky one. However, the M4 is also pretty good in its own way. It's a very surprisingly fun to drive vehicle. And the AMX 13 FL is also up there with the fun factor being really high. So all of the vehicles are, I would say, quite enjoyable to fly. So far they've been performing really well. Now it does take some time to grind to get to them, but honestly once you get hang of how to fly these tanks, you are going to enjoy them without a problem. So the game decided to give me the same map again. So same map, different time. I like how the maps have different time. This is like evening or something. Now, with such an angle, I don't think that I can penetrate this M4. Although this M4 that shows me their side armor might be vulnerable, but let me just see if I can slip a shell between. Guess not. That one missed. Let me try it one more time. There we go, that was a nice hit, and that did some good damage inside. The other M4 did look at me. Let's not risk getting shot since I have basically no armor, and even at this distance the M4 can easily penetrate my armor. At that angle, the first Sherman that I was shooting at, I had no chance to penetrate, but the second one did take a nasty hit. Should have actually been destroyed, but it didn't get destroyed for some reason. I believe down the road that they will change some of the mechanics within the... Oh, let's not get there. That tank was looking at me and they shot at me, but I pulled back. Okay, nice hits at the Sherman. That was some decent damage inside. Second shell. There we go. Nice. Perfect. That was a good one. Now this is one of the positions where you can go with this light tank. Just keep it there on the corner, use the rocks as cover, and basically snipe the tanks that are coming in the middle of the map. Now the accuracy is something that is a little bit on the downside. Sometimes the shell doesn't even go in the same postcode where you want them to go, but you know, for a short barrel 75mm, it does really well. I'm not going to complain about the accuracy. It did hit targets really far away, so... And that tank is looking at me. Let's not give them a chance. This T-34 is... Yeah, it's dead. Okay. Now the main enemy, the most difficult to kill tank, is the T-34, of course. I don't know why that's the case, but it is. And that tank was also looking at me. They are aware that I am behind the rocks. Although I'm not going to give them a easy chance to shoot at me. And that was a nice hit. Ooh, that was a nice hit. That was a beautiful hit. Right in the weak spot of that tank. Too bad that it didn't kill it in the first hit. It should have killed it. I mean, you could see that the whole crew of the tank was dead, but you know, for some reason it was still alive, even though no one was in one piece inside of that tank. Really happy at how the ammo performs on these tanks. Okay, let's go into a aircraft battle. There we go, nice. Let's start chasing the enemy bomber. Ooh, that was nasty. That was That was a nasty kill. The enemy... I think I killed the pilot. I think I killed the pilot. That was a nasty hit. Very nasty hit. Well, no other enemy aircraft in the air, so let's turn around and wait out for the timer. You have a limited time in the aircraft, unfortunately. Although it's really fun to fly them. Okay, back to the tank. I will be behind this little rock, and I think I have a good view on the whole enemy team here. Actually, no. Let's. What do we have here? Someone spawned in. Panzer IV. Nice hits. Nice hit. Nice kill. Let's move. This is basically how you should be driving the AMX. It's again a very fast vehicle. Faster than a medium tank with less armor, but it does work really. If you like to drive fast vehicles, fast tanks, the AMX is definitely a tank that you should try out. It's honestly a very fun to drive vehicle. And let's go to the enemy team here, since why not? I mean, already winning, so might as well just go, and there we go. We are in the base. Let's see what's up here. You also can do the handbrake turn. I mean, you have a lot of very interesting options with the tanks, and well, we also won this match. That was a nice one. That was a nice round. Very good work. Good work to the team. Went pretty smoothly until the end. Alright, well, that was the AMX 13 FL11. Very fun to drive tank, and I would actually say it might be the best rank 1 light tank at the moment, and you get the tank for free if you were a beta tester of the game. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe, and with that being said, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.